Welcome dear friends to my video lecture on the contribution of J.K. Krishnamurti to the educational development for social change. That is the topic given in the syllabus, Unit 1 of NET education. Let us straight away enter into the topic. I am Dr.I.JESU DOSS SJ, a former associate professor and research supervisor from St.Xavier's College of Education, Palayamkotti. I just interested in propagating educational ideas and also to help NET, TRB or TET aspirants to crack those exams. So that has been my aim all along my life. I am doing now after my retirement also. God bless you abundantly. Let us straight away enter into the topic. Contribution of J. Krishnamurti to the development of educational thought for social change. Jesu Krishnamurti was a renowned philosopher and educator. He was born in 1895 in India. His teachings focused on the nature of the mind and human consciousness. He believed that education should be about more than just the facts and figures. Krishnamurti wanted education to foster freedom, creativity and self-discovery. He aimed to promote social change through education, and his ideas continue to influence educational thought around the world. What is the role of education in society according to J.K. Krishnamurti? J.K. Krishnamurti viewed education as a means to bring about social change. He believed that society faced many problems including conflict, violence and inequality. To address these issues, he argued that education must go beyond traditional methods. Instead of simply imparting knowledge, education should encourage students to think critically and independently. Krishnamurti believed that if individuals could learn to understand themselves, they could contribute positively to society. What is his idea on self-understanding and freedom? A key aspect of Krishnamurti's philosophy is self-understanding. He emphasized the importance of knowing oneself. He believed that many social problems arise from ignorance and misunderstanding. When individuals do not understand their own thoughts and emotions, they are more likely to act out of fear and anger. Krishnamurti argued that true education should help students explore their inner worlds. This exploration leads to self-awareness and personal freedom. When people are free from their conditioning and fears, they can engage more fully with others and work toward a better society. According to him, what is critical thinking? In other words, what is the importance of critical thinking according to J.K. Krishnamurti? J.K. Krishnamurti stressed the need for critical thinking in education. He believed that students should question everything they learn. This questioning attitude helps them develop their own ideas and beliefs. In traditional education systems, students often memorize the information without understanding its importance, significance. Krishnamurti encourages students to analyze and reflect on what they learn. This approach not only enhances their understanding but also empowers them to challenge societal norms and injustices. When students think critically, they become more aware of social issues and are motivated to create change. He believed in learning through dialogue. Another important aspect of Krishnamurti's education philosophy is a dialogue, conversing with the students or interaction with the students. He believed that open conversations between teachers and students are essential for learning. Dialogue allows for the exchange of ideas and experiences. In a supportive environment, students can express their thoughts and feelings freely. This exchange encourages collaboration and deeper understanding of social issues. By learning to communicate effectively, students can engage in meaningful discussions about the world around them. Krishnamurti believed that through dialogue, individuals could work together to find solutions to societal problems. According to him, education is for compassion and cooperation. Krishnamurti also emphasized the importance of compassion in education. He believed that education should cultivate a sense of empathy and care for others. Compassionate individuals are more likely to work towards social change. They recognize the suffering of others and feel motivated to help. Krishnamurti's vision of education encourages students to develop a sense of responsibility for their communities. This responsibility includes not only understanding social issues but also taking action to address them. By fostering compassion, education can inspire students to work collaboratively for a better world. Creating schools based on his philosophy. He created schools based on his own philosophy. To implement his ideas, Krishnamurti founded several schools around the world. These schools aimed to create an environment where students could learn in a holistic manner. The education for all-round development, that we can say. The schools encouraged creativity, critical thinking and self-exploration. They also emphasized the importance of nature and the arts. These schools emphasize the importance of nature and the arts. In these schools, education was seen as a process of discovery rather than rote learning. Krishnamurti's educational institutions sought to nurture students' intellectual and emotional development, preparing them to become responsible citizens. Global influence, of course, he attained a global influence through his philosophy. Krishnamurti's ideas have had a lasting impact on education globally. His emphasis on self-awareness and critical thinking resonates with the educators and thinkers worldwide. Many contemporary educational practices incorporate aspects of his philosophy. Educators today recognize the importance of teaching students how to think rather than what to think. This shift aligns with Krishnamurti's belief in fostering independent thought and creativity. His legacy continues to inspire educators who strive for social change through education. What could we give as concluding remarks? In summary, J. Krishnamurti made significant contributions to educational thought aimed at promoting social change. His ideas emphasize the importance of self-understanding, critical thinking and compassion in education. By encouraging students to explore their inner selves and engage in open dialogue, he aimed to create a more aware and responsible society. His vision for education challenges traditional methods and inspires educators to foster creativity and independence. Krishnamurti's legacy continues to influence educational practices, promoting a vision of education that seeks to address social issues and foster positive change in the world. Let us examine some questions related to this topic. What was J. Krishnamurti's primary focus in education? Memorizing facts, fostering creativity and self-discovery, competitive exams, traditional teaching method. That is fostering creativity and self-discovery. That was emphasized by J. Krishnamurti's philosophy. So Krishnamurti believed education should focus on creativity and helping students discover themselves rather than just memorizing information. What did Krishnamurti see as a major issue in society? What did Krishnamurti see as a major issue in society? Overpopulation, conflict and violence, lack of technology, inadequate sports facilities. That is conflict and violence. He identified conflict and violence as significant societal problems that education could help address. What did Krishnamurti believe about traditional education? It is sufficient for societal development. It should be replaced entirely. It often fails to encourage independent thinking. It focuses too much on social skills. So what was his criticism? That is, he criticized traditional education for not encouraging independent and critical thinking among students. What is self-understanding according to Krishnamurti? Learning about historical events, knowledge of societal norms, understanding one's thoughts and emotions, mastery of academic subjects. So what is self-understanding according to Krishnamurti? Krishnamurti emphasized self-understanding as key to overcoming ignorance and societal problems. So it's very important. Self-understanding, he gave a lot of importance in order to overcome ignorance and societal problems. Why did Krishnamurti value critical thinking in education? To memorize facts, to prepare for exams, to encourage questioning and personal belief formation, to follow traditional methods. So why did Krishnamurti value critical thinking in education? Critical thinking allows students to question information, leading to personal belief formation and societal awareness. What role does dialogue play in Krishnamurti's educational philosophy? It distracts from learning, it is not necessary, it encourages open conversation and idea exchange, it focuses solely on teacher-led discussions. What role does dialogue play in Krishnamurti's educational philosophy? That is, the dialogue encourages open conversation and idea exchange. Dialogue fosters an open exchange of ideas, essential for collaborative learning. What quality did Krishnamurti believe education should cultivate in students? Competition, compassion, isolation, strict discipline. So, which quality he favored? That is compassion. Compassion is vital for students to recognize and respond to social issues. What was the purpose of the schools founded by Krishnamurti? To promote rote learning, to emphasize traditional subjects, to create an environment for holistic learning, to prepare students for standardized tests. What was the purpose of the schools founded by Krishnamurti? That is to create an environment for holistic learning. His schools aimed to provide a holistic learning environment, emphasizing discovery over rote memorization. How did Krishnamurti's ideas influence contemporary education? They promoted stricter examinations. They discouraged creativity. They encouraged teaching students how to think. They focused only on discipline. How did Krishnamurti's ideas influence contemporary education? They encouraged teaching students how to think. That's very important. His schools, encouraged teaching students how to think rather than what to think. His ideas encourage educators to teach students how to think critically rather than just what to think. What did Krishnamurti argue is necessary for addressing societal problems? Increased technology, understanding oneself, greater discipline in schools, focus on academic performance. What did Krishnamurti argue is necessary for addressing societal problems? He believed that self-understanding is essential for individuals to engage positively with society. What did Krishnamurti think about competition in education? It is necessary for success, it is harmful and counterproductive, it should be the primary focus, it helps students excel. What is the right answer? What did Krishnamurti think about competition in education? That is, it is harmful and counterproductive. He believed competition also leads to negative feelings and undermines cooperation and compassion. What did Krishnamurti advocate for in terms of emotional development? Suppression of emotions, emotional intelligence and awareness, focus on academic achievements only, isolation from peers. So what did Krishnamurti advocate for in terms of emotional development? He emphasized the importance of emotional intelligence and self-awareness in personal and social development. What type of environment did Krishnamurti schools aim to provide? Rigid and strict, supportive and creative, competitive and isolating, traditional and structured. What type of environment did Krishnamurti schools aim to provide? His schools aimed to create a supportive environment that encourages creativity and self-expression. What is Krishnamurti's approach to education seeks to address? Individual academic performance, social inequalities and injustices, economic factors in education, the need for physical education. What does Krishnamurti's approach to education seek to address? His educational philosophy aims to address social inequalities and injustices through self-understanding and awareness. What did Krishnamurti believe was a result of ignorance? Innovation, understanding, fear and conflict, success. What did Krishnamurti believe was a result of ignorance? That is, he believed that ignorance leads to fear and conflict, which contributes to societal issues. What did Krishnamurti advocate for regarding student-teacher relationships? Strict hierarchy, open and collaborative communication, total authority of the teacher, minimal interaction. What did Krishnamurti advocate for regarding student-teacher relationships? He believed that open communication, open dialogue between teachers and students is essential for effective learning. What kind of responsibility did Krishnamurti encourage in students? Focus solely on personal goals, responsibility for their own learning only, responsibility for their communities, avoiding societal issues. What kind of responsibility did Krishnamurti encourage in students? He encouraged students to take responsibility for their communities and engage with social issues. How did Krishnamurti view the relationship between education and creativity? Education stifles creativity. Creativity is a byproduct of education. Education should foster creativity. Creativity is irrelevant to education, which is the right one. How did Krishnamurti view the relationship between education and creativity? That is, education should foster creativity. That is his plea. He believed that education should actively foster creativity in students. What was one of Krishnamurti's goals for his educational institutions? One of Krishnamurti's goals among the four, what is that one? Krishnamurti's goals: to create competition among students, to prepare students for exam, to nurture holistic development, to promote traditional values only. So, what was one of Krishnamurti's goals for his educational institution? That is to nurture holistic development, to give the all-rounded development for the students. He aimed to nurture holistic development, allowing students to grow intellectually, emotionally, and socially. Which quality did Krishnamurti think students should develop for positive societal engagement? Indifference, cynicism, empathy, ambition. That is empathy. Which quality did Krishnamurti think students should develop for positive societal engagement? That is empathy. He believed that empathy is crucial for understanding and addressing social issues. What method did Krishnamurti reject in his educational philosophy? Engaging students in discussions, rote memorization, encouraging self-reflection, promoting self-discovery. So, what method did Krishnamurti reject in his educational philosophy? That is rote memorization. He rejected rote memorization as it doesn't encourage critical thinking or personal growth. What did Krishnamurti believe was essential for meaningful learning? Following instructions blindly, passive listening, active participation and questioning, standardized testing. So what did Krishnamurti believe was essential for meaningful learning? That is active participation and questioning. He believed that active participation and questioning lead to meaningful learning experiences. How does Krishnamurti's educational philosophy relate to social change? It is relevant to social issues. It promotes individual success over collective well-being. It empowers individuals to create positive social change. It focuses solely on academic achievement, which is the right one. How does Krishnamurti's educational philosophy relate to social change? That is, it empowers individuals to create positive social change. His philosophy aims to empower individuals to understand themselves and engage in efforts to create positive social change. What legacy has Krishnamurti left on educational practices worldwide? Promoting outdated methods, encouraging critical thinking and self-discovery, focusing solely on examinations, reinforcing societal norms without questioning. What legacy has Krishnamurti left on educational practices worldwide? That is, his legacy encourages educators to promote critical thinking and self-discovery in students, impacting educational practices globally. Thank you very much, dear friends. God bless you abundantly. Kindly subscribe, like, comment, so that I am boosted up to give more and more fruitful videos. So I think this content will be very helpful for TRB education students, because kindly go through that, because it is a summary of his entire philosophy, and I am just giving the gist of the entire topic. And you could answer any type of question in this topic through this answer. That is the approach I am giving you. So I request you to go through that. Of course, soon I am going to publish. Already I'm finishing it. Within maybe 4 days, I will be able to give you PDF files for the entire education course. I mean, net education or TRB education content as well as expected questions. So it will be having thousands of questions perhaps, and also it will have thousands of pages, as content. So in of itself, you can just study them one by one. If you follow me, if you are able to understand my approach, I hope you will be able to do very nicely in net also. Nowadays, cutoff mark is becoming, up. Okay, so there's a real problem because so many of the students, net aspirants, are studying very well, and many helps also they are getting through various sources in internet, and naturally everyone is competing with the others, and that is because of that. That is because of that. This what is that? Cutoff mark is slowly increasing. So you have to measure up to that level. So please go through it again and again. Last minute preparation will not help, I suppose. I believe strongly. So slowly you have to build up, ideas. Again and again you have to see some questions here and there. So God bless you abundantly for all your efforts. I'm sure I'll be able to give you as much as help as possible. Not only this, PDF files and other files, I'll be able to give it to you. If you join my groups also, well and good. God bless you abundantly.